Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up, y'all? Big Herc, Prison Talk. You're tuned in to another episode of one of the dopest shows on YouTube. I hope you guys have all subscribed to the channel. If you haven't got a chance to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. Also, visit our website at FreshOutSeries.com and make sure you guys leave a comment or question, or feel free to email us at FreshOutSeries@gmail.com. Anyways, had a question from one of our viewers. Hey, Big Herc, how fucked up is it when a homie rats on another homie to get out of jail? How does that work? You know, the whole rat snitch thing, man, it's just fucked up, man. You know, I would have to say that over 90% of the people in prison are in prison because somebody else told on them. And I'm not saying that somebody told, like, witnessed like a murder, or you know, somebody saw somebody else you know, get raped or something like that, you know, a civilian. I'm talking about people in the game. See, if you're a civilian and you're not a criminal or a thug, then you have the right to go and seek out the police to help you, to assist you, you know, because you don't get down like that in the street. I mean, if somebody, you know, did something to your family, caused you harm, then hey, man, speak up. You know, don't let something go, you know, unattended. But if you're in a game, you're from the streets, and you got, you know, a motherfucker who's a piece of shit around you, you know, you're supposed to handle that thing accordingly. That's just a street code. You know, dudes from the street, you know, if you know about a dude who's a fucking chomo, or, you know, he did something to some old people, or he's a pedophile, man, you got to split his motherfucking wig. And people say, oh, you're endorsing violence. I'm not endorsing violence. I'm just saying this is just a street code. It's not me endorsing anything. It's just when you go to prison and somebody finds out that's what you're in there for, you're going to get your wig split. Now, as far as, you know, dudes telling on each other, man, because they don't want to do time, look, man, you jump into the game, you live the lifestyle, you're balling, you're doing all this shit, and then you get caught up for whatever reason, and you want to tell on the next man so you can get out of doing time. You know what you were getting into when you got into it. Now you don't want to face the, you don't want to face the music. I mean, dude, the game has repercussions. It's not to be, you know, anything to be played with. If you're selling drugs and you're doing something that can get you caught up, well, you got to realize that that's something that could happen. You know, you can possibly get locked up, and, you know, if you don't have a record, if you haven't really been in any trouble, even if you have, if you hold your weight, a lot of times it just falls on you. A motherfucker will look out for you when you get out, because you could tell and still have to do a lot of time. And then now you're labeled as a motherfucking snitch or a rat or a fuck boy, and you're in the pen and you're thinking, oh man, you know, you can skate in and skate out. Nah, man, one way or the other, the motherfucker you told on is gonna get into the system, and word is gonna get back around that you're a motherfucking rat. And I've seen it. I've seen guys kicking it on the compound, doing their thing, and then somebody finds out this motherfucker was a rat. That same motherfucking day, he has to check in. You never see him again. Boop, gone. You know, dudes show up, and, you know, they don't have their paperwork, but soon as their paperwork and all that stuff clears, you know, receiving, and they see that they snitched, check in. The life of a snitch, man, whatever you're getting sold on, there's nothing great about that, man. You know, if you're going to be a hustler, you want to be a so-called gangster, then be a gangster, be a motherfucking hustler. don't be a snitch. If you want to be a snitch, then you shouldn't even be in the game. Just go become a motherfucking popo. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, if you want to bust criminals, but if you're a criminal yourself, then dude, know what the fuck you're dealing with. I don't take anything away from the police. They do their job. You know what I mean? That's what they do. They bust criminals. And I don't take anything away from the people who use the police to actually, protect themselves. But for you guys who want to play with the game, who want to act like you're this tough guy, this, the super gangster, and you go and you do, these drive-bys or whatever case may be, or you sell drugs and then you get busted, but then you want to wipe your slate clean by telling on 10 other people, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit because you can't stand up for what the fuck you did, and now you want to way out, but you weren't looking for that way out when you was doing all that dirt. See, be a man about yours. Get the fuck out the game and just leave it at that, or stand up for what you got yourself into. That's how I feel about that snitch shit.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.